Hello and welcome to EU4. This is my first series on EU4 on this channel. I'm Isaac, and this is going to be a custom nation run as Jamaica. Basically, I'm half Jamaican, and so I was like, you know what? I want to play as Jamaica. That sounds like fun. And I'm uploading it to YouTube because I doubt anyone else plays Jamaica. So that is the premise of this series. Basically, this is going to be episode 0, where I'm going to go through the custom nation setup that I've done, and also any achievements I'm trying to get, and any setup and like estate stuff before we actually unpause the game. And so if you just want to skip that, skip to episode 1 and I'll pick up back with you then. Otherwise, strap in. This is going to have a lot of talking and not much action right as we go through it, but lots of important decisions, like critical decisions as to the future of Jamaica. So basically, we want to play as Jamaica. And so the first thing it is look at any of achievements I might want to get, and there's 2 that stuck out to me: the From Humble Origins and the Ideas Guy. These require you to start to play as a custom nation, so they're ideal to pick up, and you can actually combo them and try and get them at the same time. Basically, the Ideas Guy requires you to spend less than 50 points in this points maker. So when you're making a custom nation, you have a certain amount of points to spend. You have to spend less than 50 points. But end up with a monthly income of, I think, 500 ducats, right? So we're going to need to expand quite a bit if we want to get there. But should be a fun one to try. And then the From Humble Origins requires actually to not start in Jamaica, because it requires us to start with only start with only 3 development, start with a 3 development province, a 111 province, and then reach up to 2,000 total development in total. So you can see Jamaica starts with 10 development, which is far too large. So we're actually going to have to delete Jamaica and start on the neighbouring Guijara. I can then load Jamaica. Cool. So we're actually not going to start in Jamaica. We're going to actually have to colonise Jamaica. And so if I'm going to colonise Jamaica, I may as well pick up Colonists and Settler chance right from the get-go. You can see now also that the points used has dropped to 50. This is because, obviously, if you're starting with Jamaica, Jamaica's quite a cool province. It costs 12, maybe 10 from development, 2 from it being it's got a trade thingy there. So we're going to want to be getting Jamaica as soon as possible. That is why I started early on the traditions to get Colonists and Settler chance up right away. Also, if you haven't played this as a custom nation before, don't worry, it's fairly simple. You have a certain amount of points that you can spend, and the earlier that you take a tradition, the more expensive they are. So you can see here the base cost of a settler of colonist, is 30, but because we've taken it early, it actually doubles in cost to 60. But we're getting these 2 from the start of the game as you do normally. And then the ideas, again, I've picked cannot build over the force limit. Hopefully this isn't too crippling, but it's again nice and early, so we're getting 50 points back from that. We take dev costs because we're going to have to be expanding quite a bit. Good produced, morale of armies, trade efficiency, morale damage. Actually, not morale damage received, sorry. We're going to change this to, let's go with something good. Where's discipline? Basically, I think we've got enough morale stuff, so I don't think we're going to lose on morale. And so I don't think the morale damage received is going to be that important. Instead, we're going to go for discipline, and that means that we can then increase our global trade power at the end. 3, okay, that's still within the 50 points. Cool. So yes, the plan is, obviously with Jamaica, we've got reggae on our side, so we're going to be quite a morale-focused nation. But also, if we're on islands and we're defending islands from the Europeans, for example, say someone lands in Jamaica, Portugal. Yeah, say Portugal lands in Jamaica. If we beat them in the battle, so if we beat them on morale in a battle, they will have nowhere to go. They'll have nowhere to run. And so basically, we'll be able to instantly stack wipe any enemy that is on Jamaica, providing that we win the battle. So morale is going to be very important, especially on these small islands. Even if you can walk from one island to the other, they won't have really had a chance to recover morale. They're not going to walk all the way back. Say you're playing as Morocco, they'll walk all the way back up to the other end of Portugal, take 2 months to get there, and then come back with a vengeance. But hopefully, if we're playing high morale, they won't have time to recover it, and we should be able to win more battles than if we just purely focused and played by the rules, basically. So that is why we've gone morale heavy. Also, to get this points used down, we make our court as bad as possible. You can see they're all really, really young, 000 people, and they've all got bad traits that can have them, basically. But we're going to be, what do you call it? Denouncing our heir at the start of the game, so we're not actually going to see this heir, and hopefully we'll get a better one spawn in naturally. Last thing to go over before we can get into the game is that our government setup. We are a Caribbean nation. This is important because if we're going to be settling, we get a bonus to our settler chance equal to our if we're developing the same culture. We're going to be Mayan religion. This is because these Mayans are over here, and they hopefully will be our friends against the invading Europeans. Hopefully, we'll see how that works out. But also because there's the Mayan, Nahutuls, and Inti. They all get a bonus. They all work similarly, where basically, I'll explain it as we get into the game, but they can eventually steal some of the technology and institutions from the Portuguese or from the whoever settles near them. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be starting as a tribe. I picked Despotism because they get an extra core creation cost of minus 10%. So we're going to have quite a few bonuses to our core creation, which is good, especially as the Mayans. Let's just start off, and I'll show you why. Basically, the Mayan religion requires us to give away some of our territory, and then swallow it back up again, which I'll get into the game to explain that. Here we go. So, religion, Mayan. Countries of the Mayan faith can enact religious reforms once they reach 20 provinces in size. This will give a permanent bonus, but also will release some of your provinces under their control again. So, we reach 20 provinces, we enact a reform, and then we lose, I think it's five or so provinces, and then we have to build those back up before we can then reform our religion. Once all of these are undertaken, countries of the Mayan faith can reform the religion itself and gain the technology and institutions from a more advanced neighbouring state while retaining the bonuses from the reforms undertaken. So basically, what's going to happen, if you look at the reforms, is that we can take land maintenance modifier down by 10%, national invest down 2, infantry compatibility up 10, colonists +1, and core creation cost minus 20%. And once we've taken all of these religions, and we've got a more advanced neighbour, say Portugal comes and settles Aruba over here, and they've got a couple of institutions. Basically, we'll reform a religion, we'll steal all of their institutions, we'll steal, I think it's 75% of the technology that they've adopted, and we'll also change our government type to, I think we match whatever government they have, right? In terms of their what type. So if it's a monarchy or if it's a republic, we'll match them. I believe that's how it works. So basically, in the early game, I don't think we're not going to want to spend any of our points on technologies. We're going to instead be developing provinces so that we get those bonuses for all the game, and also so that we get the most out of the reforming. So we get the most out of reforming our religion, and we can catch up nice and quickly. Okay, so I think that's also yes. We're going to want to get to 20 cities or 20 provinces as quickly as possible, so that we can start with the so we can get into the colonists. So basically, I'm going to. I think I'm going to try it two ways. I'm going to, at the end of this episode, I'm going to pause and I'm going to try it where I go all out aggressive and I attack these people and like get to 20 provinces that way. And if that works, then I'll keep it. But if that's a bit too aggressive, then I won't, and I won't attack these guys straight away. The reason I say that might be too aggressive is because basically I don't think we're going to go into quite a bit of debt early on, because this colonial maintenance will take 2 ducats a month, of which we're not making 2 ducats a month. Even if I reduce our army maintenance and fleet maintenance all the way down, that might give us half, so 0.4, 0.5. We might get up to almost a ducat a month, but we'll still be losing a ducat a month whilst we're colonising Jamaica. This won't be a problem once we've got Jamaica, because Jamaica is, as you can see, it is a trade province, and so we'll get extra trade, and we'll also be able to move our capital. We'll be able to move our capital if we look at trade, we'll be able to move our capital from the Panama Canal to the Caribbean trade value. We may as well start collecting here with our second guy. Or maybe I should. Can I? Yeah, it's not in our trade range because we don't have any diplotech, so our trade range is quite small at the moment. That's fine, and we can't transfer the trade because this is our home node. This is where our capital is. So until we move our capital to Jamaica, we won't be getting any of the bonuses from pushing the trade along, basically. Cool. That's trade sorted. Yeah, diplomatically, did I rival? We can rival these guys. They've rivaled up us. We're not of the same religion. May as well. Cool. And in terms of getting friends, we can start improving relations with these guys. I'm going to keep the other diplomat free because we have as the Mayan religion, we have a Maya confederation to conquer these guys. I think each of them has this Maya confederation CB on like everyone, so they will join up hopefully, and we can make one big friend that will hopefully fend off Portugal and Spain with us. Hopefully. Okay. In terms of coring Jamaica, I shall pick a native policy. I'm going to pick the native rising chance minus 100%. One of the things is these guys are quite aggressive, so they will have they would have had a base 6% chance per month of forming an uprising, and we don't have the manpower to babysit them at the moment if we're going to be fighting this war. And also with our where is it? So with our 25% settling chance, right? You can see it's reduced by the native population. With our 25% settling chance, we're going to get this done nice and quickly. It's going to take roughly like 10 years. I think I mapped it out as to settle this. The reason I'll go into settling a bit more next episode when we actually got down the colony, because then you can see more of the numbers. But that's what we're going to do. In terms of estates, we're going to seize land automatically, and we're going to be nice and greedy, take all the monthly points, and then clergy, we're going to need to get them up to 50. So one of the things we can take is the New World Charters. This gives us a little native assimilation, which is a small bonus to production every time you colonize a world. So colonize a province. That's good. Native assimilation, then on 47%. And so I think I'm also going to try this religious culture one. This loses another 5 crown land, in for a penny, in for a pound, I guess. And basically, every province of the Mayan faith, which is in the Caribbean culture or an accepted culture, gains religious society, which gives us less unrest, less tax, more tax, more production, and more manpower. So 10% to all of these. And everyone else gives us unrest, but we can culture convert them to our society. So I'm going to try that. So that should give us the 50% equilibrium. That's cool. These guys, the Alehemno Bob, I can't even say that. They are at 44 from... Wait, why are they so high? I guess noble consort and legitimacy. Okay, cool. I could have picked that one, but I guess I'll just pick the... Where is it? Right of council. Cool. And we are going to be expanding, so is there any of the other ones that we want? At the moment, I don't think so. Yeah, we want the tax. We don't need the manpower at the moment. So that will do it for the... I can't remember what it's normally called. Anyway, the burgers. The burgers. Local dev costs, 9-10% in jungles. I don't believe is this a jungle? It's tropical. Where do you see the? Oh, it says here grasslands here. Jamaica's coastline. Is there any jungle? Here's jungle in Guantanamo in Cuba. We're going to. So I don't think we're going to do that one. What else can we do? What we at? 32. So we do need the more settler chance. Always helpful. To do. And what we're on? 37. We'll do 47. And then we'll leave it actually because we're going to take this indebted to the burghers because we're going to need the money for our colony. So we'll take that in a bit. Cool. Is there anything else that we need to do before I end the episode and we're going to pause? Let me just have a think. Did I send the colonist? I didn't send. It's now a 30.2 chance. I think actually we are going to... we won't need our fleet for the while, so I'll reduce that. But we will be focusing on admin for early bit. That is because we're going to want to move our capital to Jamaica once we have the chance. We're also going to disinherit our heir. So hopefully we can get a nice new heir with some, with some points. Cool. And I believe that is it. So I shall see you in the next episode, where we probably are going to attack Tarona, and we're also going to hopefully colonize Jamaica. So I'll see you in a bit. Bye.